Hi friends, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Bridget. I make book journal, book reading, cozy content. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. We would love to have you join the family. Today's video is going to be a 2024 reading journal flip through. I already showed my 2025 reading journal, so definitely check out that video if you haven't already. Today's going to be my completed one from last year. This is the journal that I used. I got it off of Amazon. It's by Yop and Tom. It was good. It was a good journal. I actually started this one in 2023, so I do have my 2023 reading journal in here as well. I only got like halfway through and there was no point of buying a new one, and anyway, here we are. I'm gonna start off with a flip through so you can just see all the pages I have, and then I'll go back to the beginning and talk about them all a little bit in more detail. This was my cover. My goal in my stats, more stats, every book that I read every month, the alphabet challenge, a bookshelf, and my 2024 hopefuls. I left these blank. I thought I was going to do a bracket and I didn't. And then this is how I tracked some of my books that I've read. May reads, June TBR, June wrap up, July TBR, July wrap up, August TBR, August wrap up, September TBR, October and November wrap-ups, and my December wrap-up. So now we're gonna go back to the beginning and I'm gonna yap about them. Okay, starting off with my cover page, I did not do anything crazy. I was planning on taking this year as just a year to figure out what I liked in my reading journal, because my year prior was quite a mess and I didn't stick to a lot of things, and so I was just trying to have fun and not put pressure on myself. I did have a goal. I didn't write my goal in here, which is something I changed for 2025, but I had a goal of 50 books and I read 75, so I beat that. But I put more boxes than I needed to, and yeah, this was just kind of a mess. I also tried to color in each box with a color that corresponded to the cover of the book, so it looks pretty chaotic, and I don't think that that's how I'm gonna do it this year. These are my 2024 stats. So I have 75 books read, 27,218 pages read. I read 30 Kindle books. My top genre was romance, and my favorite book was Goldfinch, and my favorite authors were Elsie Silver, Ali Hazelwood, Emily Henry, Lila Sage, and Sarah J. Maas. These are also the authors that I read the most of. Next are my pages read and my books read. So obviously I tracked this in graph form per month. I never put in the total here, but it was on the other page, so I didn't think I needed to. Next is where I tracked what books I read each month. I absolutely hate the way this looks, and I will not be doing it this way again. This is the alphabet challenge, so I tried to read a book that starts with each letter. Things got weird because I stopped, like this was the X hex, but I just ignored the and just put it for E because it was XX, which I'm not gonna be doing this year. And it's gonna make it a little bit more difficult, but what are you gonna do? Next is my bookshelf and my 2024 hopefuls. I tried to write in every single book that I read, and then I was trying to like color it in based on the color of the cover. I quickly abandoned this one, and I will not be doing it again in 2025. Next is my 2024 hopefuls. I didn't even fill out these top two, but I do love the way that this one looks. I colored in any books that I ended up reading. I didn't do a 24 in 2024. I did this instead, which I like, I enjoy. I didn't read all of them, but there's only really 2 that I didn't read, so proud of myself for that. Next, I was gonna put my bracket here, but that didn't happen, and I don't think I like the brackets anyway, so I won't be doing that. And now, this is where I started to like do little book reviews for each book that I read. And I thought that if I could set it up as like a worksheet where I had all of these things like ready to go and I just had to fill in like how many stars and write in my notes and put in the information, I thought I would stick to it. I didn't. I started to write in books that I read and just didn't write anything else. I was rating them only for a little bit too, and the reviews were not good. I quickly learned that like this layout would not work for me. So going past all of these, a lot of them are blank. Then I started to do monthly wrap-ups and TBRs for the next month. So this is my first one. First time doing it. I think it turned out so cute for not really knowing what I was gonna do, but I kept seeing people putting in covers of books that they'd read and I wanted to do the same thing. So I just printed them off from my computer, just on normal printer paper, and then glued them in. Yeah, I think it's really cute. I tried to also still track like what number book it was of the year, so I put those there, and then I also had the star rating below because I wanted to see that as well. This is making me so mad. I purposely got sticker paper this year that I can put into my printers so that way that won't happen, because that annoys the heck out of me. I won't be doing that again. Anyway, June TBR, I followed the same kind of format I did for the 2024 hopefuls, where I drew all the books stacked, and I love the way this looks, so I'm definitely going to be keeping up with this. But I just wrote in all of the books I wanted to read, and then I colored in whichever ones that I read. So I only read 2 in June. That's fine. And then my June wrap up, these are all the books that I read in June, so I still have the number of what number book they were of the year, and then also the star rating. And I added some tape because I was really getting annoyed of all of the covers. Anyway, cute. And then July, I tried to do this with more of like a theme for summer. I think it turned out okay. I'm not obsessed. I did the stacked books again, which I love, and I colored in the ones that I've read. Next, July wrap up, minimal. I went for black and white on these 2, which I was vibing with. Cute and fun. Again, numbers of the book for the year and my rating. And then over here, same situation. I love this one. This one was so fun. I read more books than I had been reading the past couple months, so I used 2 pages for August wrap up. I love all of the lines at the bottom, and yeah, I just really love the way that this one turned out. Next was my September TBR. I made a TBR jar, and I tried to film a TBR jar video, like TBR jar picks my TBR for the month. I only read 1 out of all of these books, and doing this actually put me into a reading slump. So I picked out the prompts and then I glued them in here, and then I wrote down underneath it like what book corresponded to that prompt that I was going to try to read, and then I felt like I was forcing myself to read these books, and I discovered I'm much more of a mood reader and that this doesn't work for me. So yeah, this was a fail, but it looks cute, I think. And then life got crazy. I got married and just everything got crazy at the end of the year. So I did these in December, I'm pretty sure, but I wanted to make sure that my 5-star read or my favorite book of the year got in my reading journal somehow. So I went ahead and just did a little section for October. I only read 2 books, which is crazy, but I don't know. So yeah, I have them both here, and this is obviously my favorite book of the year, so it needed to be included somehow. And then the rest of this is all my November wrap up. So Beach Read got a little special spot because I absolutely loved Beach Read. So it has a little extra room, and I wrote a little bit about it. And then over here was just like everything else that I read in November, following the other kind of way I was doing things. I also wrote underneath like a thing about them, like the format / like this was a new release, so I wrote that it was a new release, but Kindle Unlimited, Fairy Loot, and an audiobook. And I think I like knowing that information too, so I may continue doing that. And then finally, my December wrap up. So for this one, I read more books than I had ever read in any other month. I read 12 books and I didn't want to print 12 covers. It was just going to be too much. So I didn't. But I included my favorite ones, or the ones I really wanted to talk about. The Kindle Unlimited reads I wrote here that I had read, and I think these are the ones I didn't include. I added more stats than I had been doing previously, which I really enjoyed, so I'm going to continue doing that. And I also printed out these star stickers, so yeah. I also, for these and these, I used the sticker paper, which is so exciting, and it's so nice, and it's not catching on anything. So love that, highly recommend. But yeah, I think that's everything. This is my reading journal. I learned a lot, and I'm so excited to use my 2025 journal. And I'm feeling very excited for all of the reading and the journaling that I'll be doing this year. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.